Cuando yo era niña, era una niña muy inquieta, era una niña que siempre andaba inventando cosas, siempre tratando de ser creativa. Y una de las cosas que me llamaba mucho la atención es, como soy la hermana mayor y tenía muchos primos, muchos amiguitos allá en México, entonces pues yo me decía que era la maestra y me ponía enfrente de los niños, pues a explicarles y a leer y a hacer matemáticas. Me gustaba mucho estar como poder ayudar, poder explicar, si yo no sabía, investigaba y ponía la información enfrente de los niños, que eran mis hermanos, y a veces mis hermanos y mis primos decían, esta está loca, y se iban y me dejaban ahí hablando sola, pero era como que algo que yo disfrutaba mucho. Una de las cosas que yo como persona siempre me ha gustado aprender, siempre me ha gustado luchar por las cosas que quiero. Y a lo mejor muchos de ustedes, niños o papás que vivieron en México, en Latinoamérica o incluso aquí mismo en los Estados Unidos, que no tenían los recursos económicos, yo buscaba la manera a los 7, 8 años de ir y hacer mandados, ir a la tienda, ir a las tortillas, limpiar las casas de otras personas para poder tener dinerito y poder ir a comprarme lo que a mí me gustaba, que en este caso eran ahora sí que los chuchulucos, los dulces y las frutas con sabores ricos. Entonces, pues creo que desde chiquita yo empecé con esta habilidad que fui desarrollando. Si yo quiero algo, lo puedo lograr. ¿Cómo lo logro? Vemos cuáles son las alternativas. Y era una manera de poder expresar un grito de esperanza. ¿Por qué? Porque como soy mamá y también soy abuelita, yo miraba la televisión y veía como que no hay contenido que me refleje, que sea algo que yo pueda aprender o que sea algo que tenga una relación con mi cultura. Y entonces dije, pues yo soy mamá, yo quiero dejar un mejor mundo para mis hijas, quiero tener información que ayude a mi comunidad a tener los recursos de primera mano. Yo no tengo la información, pero puedo invitar a gente que sí sabe, tanto como a los alcaldes, maestros, doctores, epidemiólogos, directores de investigación de cáncer. Lo que a mí me interesa es cómo poder tener esta información de primera mano para ayudar a nuestra comunidad latina. Y por eso yo les invito a todos los chiquitines, si tienen un sueño, búsquenlo, hagan lo posible. La educación es importante.
Hola, my name is Arturo Mendez. I work for Applied Materials here in Hillsboro, Oregon. I would like you to imagine your adventure in the semiconductor industry, building the future in electronics. As you know, everything in the future is electronics. From the electronics that are in your appliances, to the electronics that are in your vehicles, to the electronics that are in your watch, your phone, everything has some type of a microchip. And I want you to imagine yourself in the industry that is making a better world possible moving forward. If you come and work in the semiconductor industry, you can start off as a technician working on machines. You can turn into an engineer that works on the processes that are used within the industry, or you could decide that, hey, you like the business side much better, and you can go into the marketing, the public relations. You can do what I do, become an operations manager and help lead and build the young talent that's coming into the industry to make the company and really the community and the world a better place. You can work your way up to becoming some type of a director, a vice president, right? If those are your aspirations to make a ton of money and travel all over the world, once you make it into a company of this size, right, really any public corporation is going to give you those opportunities. When you're thinking about your adventure of, hey, what do I want to do? Think about all of the things that you like to do now and find something that really is a passion that's going to drive your adventure from now till the time that you become an old person, and every day is going to be something new if you decide to get into the semiconductor industry. To be honest, I didn't start off thinking I was going to be any type of a leader or in management or anything like that. As a child, I was really interested in just being out there and playing with the other kids and really taking things apart, started taking apart the television, the radio. At the time we didn't have YouTube, right? So it was interesting to get in there and try to figure out how things worked. I found out that it wasn't always cheap to do that because my parents were like, what the heck are you doing, right? Taking things apart. But I did learn a lot, and that was one of the, I think, key drivers that led me to getting into the semiconductor industry, right? Electricity, I always thought was kind of like magic, right? Because you don't really see it, you feel it.
You know, kids that are involved in like scouts or Girl Scouts and things, I think that's probably the first exposure to first aid stuff. And you can definitely take classes at the American Red Cross with first aid. A lot of the interest, whether it's good or bad, comes from television, I think, and exposure to what you see in real life. If you happen to, drive by a motor vehicle accident or something like that, that's how I got involved. It's just watching Johnny and Roy on Emergency, So other skills, I think, are just good understanding of anatomy and physiology, so body parts. And disease processes, so things like asthma or heart failure, learning about those really helps your medicine in the world of EMS. You're walking in, you're interviewing a patient, and they're not necessarily going to know that they have heart failure, but you're able to ask them questions that sort of tease out the information that you need to know to narrow down your diagnosis of heart failure. So we're going to a 90-year-old female who fell and hit her head. Falls are one of our most common calls. Fortunately, most people aren't too badly injured when they fall, but it's one of those things where we, of course, treat the injury from the fall, but we're also looking at the causes of the fall, because it could be caused from people that have heart dysrhythmias or strokes or things like that, that the fall is actually secondary to their medical problem.